be able to answer each and every question. Remember, our hashtags are Ya Mapenzi, and also our social media platforms are CMTV_Kenya. That is on Facebook, on IG, on Threads, on X, on every single platform. So make sure you interact with us on every of those platforms. But for now, let's dive in the show and also get to understand and also get to know our guest today. Karibu. Bro,
Asante.
karibu sana kwa show. So today I am hosting one of the most prolific speakers on love. Nakwambia nilipost poster watu wote wakakuja. Karibu sana bro kwa show.
Asante.
So maybe you can introduce yourself. You can put your mic a bit closer. You can introduce yourself. Who is our guest today?
Yeah, your guest is Steve Mulango, mostly known as Mlash Mulango. And it's a good day. I'm happy to be here today.
Yes. Karibu sana. We are excited to have you.
Yes.
So maybe just for a brief introduction, you can give us a brief history of yourself. Where did you grow up? Where did Mlash go to school? Where did Mlash do his high school? Give us a brief history about yourself. Niliambiwa nisipokuuliza hizo maswali nitasulubiwa.
Yes, born in Kitui. Spent like my first 13 years in Kitui, then moved to Machakos in a place called Yata. It's actually it's actually like a military area called in National Youth Service. That's where I started my teenage. And then high school, went to Kangaroo School in Embu.
Embu tulia bro. Primary umesomea shule gani? Hujatuambia shule ya primary. Sijasikia jina primary school.
The first one is called Kalembo Primary School.
Kalembo Primary School.
Yes, then I moved to the other one, which is called Huduma Academy.
Okay.
Or NYS Academy. Yeah.
So that is primary, high school.
Yes, high school is Kangaroo School. Yeah, it's in Embu.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I did. I was not expelled. So
Okay.
So I went to one high school, from 1 to Form 4. Then after that, I came to Thika.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
You are very brief with your story. What kind of a student were you? That is either in primary or in high school. Were you always were you those polite, calm, collected students? Were you those outbursts, kidogo, kelele? What kind of a student were you in high school?
Oh, high school, specifically high school.
Okay, or either or is okay.
Well, let me start with primary school. Primary school, I was my first years in primary school. I was moderate, not talkative, not silent, but I was naughty. We did a lot of naughty things as kids.
People want to know those naughty things that you used to do.
Of course, I'll censor some of them, but we used to sneak, steal. You know, kids love fruits and things that are forbidden. So
Yes.
I was an expert in planning those things. Haste.
Planning. Haste.
Yeah, so maybe what they call junior high school right now.
Yes.
I started being smart, wanting to look good. So I remember I was the first ever position I had in primary school was a cleanliness prefect.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then after that, I remember by the time I was getting to class 8, my parents realized, this kid is too young. He can't go to high school. So you have to repeat.
Wow.
Yes. So I repeated class 7. Yeah. Did well, went to Kangaroo School. That time it was a big school. I still think it's a big school.
Yes.
Yeah. So high school was interesting. It's the best ever high school. I don't wish to have ever gone to any other high school.
Apart from that.
Yes. I wanted to go to a national school or another bigger name, but Kangaroo School was the best ever experience. Yeah.
So you completed your high school and then you went to Thika. That is when you started life. I think sasa ukatoka after ulimaliza high school, ulianza, what were you doing in Thika? What exactly were you doing in Thika?
College.
Or college?
Yeah, of course.
Which school?
Yeah. Of course, kuna that moment I went home ile after high school, unakaa na wazazi pale kidogo. But then I went to high school, to college, Thika Technical. Yeah, as a grown up now.
Nice.
Yes.
As a grown up. So is it at this point that you discovered love? Is it at this point that you started interacting with anything that deals with relationships? Because one of the things that I have gotten from people who really insisted I invite you on the show is that you are quite an expert as far as love talk and love matters are concerned. Kuna mtu actually on the post alikuwa nakuita Dr. Love. Hey. So is it at that point that you started interacting with love matters or started talking about love matters, or at what point did you have an insight on what love is?
Yeah, love matters. I began quite early because I remember even when I was in grade, what they call now grade 1, I had a girlfriend.
Hey! Pause. Where? Tulia. Ati grade 1 ulikuwa na girlfriend?
Yes.
Grade 1, primary?
Yes.
Oh my, okay.
I remember her. She's...
Endelea.
Yeah, so I remember my siblings and my parents making fun of me. Hey, you like this girl. You always spend time with her.
Yo, no. At grade 1, mimi hata sikuwa najua mapenzi ni nini.
So there
oh
was
my
not
God.
so much of like saying I love you and stuff, but whenever I went to school, we used to spend time, same desks, sitting in the same places.
Ash, bro, we are sorry.
Yeah, that should be. We used to call them after nursery school. You used to go to class 1. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, right now is different. Pre. Grade.
Yes. They are a bit different. Zinaitwa CBC.
CBC for you. So, but then after that, I took a break. Then when I was in class 8, I might have been 14 years or 13. Can't remember. So I now got into another very serious relationship.
Hapana, kuna kitu umeruka. Huyo dem yako wa grade 1 alikuwa anaitwa nani? Ulikuwa unakumbuka hadi jina?
Alikuwa anaitwa
Mawia.
Yeah,
oh, what a name. Mawia, wherever you are. Hey, we have your person here. Okay, so from Mawia now to the next relationship, now at class 8.
Yes.
14, 13 years old.
Yes.
What was this relationship like?
Yeah, so there was this girl, I had a crush on her. I was in, I think, class 8 and she was in class 6. So I had a crush on her. She was very beautiful. She was everything I like about...
You're sorry. Endelea tu.
So apparently she also liked me. And our primary school that time was NYS. It's a military school, very strict. You're not supposed to be in a relationship, so it was you had to keep it underground. If you're having such a relationship, it had to be very secretive.
Inaitwa secret agenda.
Yes. So kidogo we would steal time, greet, say hi to each other, blah blah. So one day it was on a Sunday and I was leaving church after the Sunday school. So her friend sneaked a letter into my hand.
Okay.
I am telling you, it was supposed to be a secret. So it was like ananipatia mihadarati. So
Kwisha.
nyuma. So I read, the letter was written, I am crazy with you. I think about you all the time.
Bro. Yani unakumbuka hata venye barua
Yes.
ilikuwa inasema?
It was just one sentence, but
I could not remember. No. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so I knew this.
This is serious. Imekuwa a serious relationship.
Serious. So now I'm telling you, you had to hide because the parents were tough. The principal was an ex-army. It was a tough. So after I read it, I went and hid it somewhere. And then we started our relationship.
So how was your relationship like? Now being in a school setup, being a candidate, how was the relationship? Did you have time for each other, or it was just for fun, or just a by the way?
Well, there was no time, number one.
Okay.
Because we were kids. In the evening you had to go home, and our school used to run from 6 to 6. So we did not have time. So whenever we got time, like the 2 minutes used to be like 2 minutes to say whatever. So, and then on Sundays it was better because we used to go to the same church, but it was still complicated because after church you had to go back home. You could not have, it was not like, yeah, but I remember it was very intense. It was the most intense relationship maybe I have been in.
Intense.
For a long time. Yeah, it was a good one.
Nice. So umetuambia the beautiful lady alikuwa anaitwa nani?
Alikuwa anaitwa Jackie.
Jackie. Wow, Jackie, big up wherever you are. So tukatoka kwa Jackie, that is at primary, 13 years old, 14 years old. Did you fall in love again when you went to high school? How was it like in high school?
Now in high school it was different. I did not have, in high school, our high school, we had this culture that you're not supposed to have like one girlfriend.
Okay.
Yes, you are supposed to have like several. Like in every school, girls' school, you are supposed to have.
Oh my. Boys are just boys.
So that kinda ruined my one girl something. So because you had, if you're going to this school, you are supposed to have a girlfriend there, so that when you go, you have an outing. You're covered.
You have someone to interact with.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that kind of lost my relationship thing. Yeah. So it was just about hanging out, receiving letters. You know what it felt like to hear your name.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. So before WhatsApp ruined the love. Letters were the things.
Yes.
Letters were, I don't know. Have you ever received a letter, love letter?
We used to receive them in high school. I'm not giving my story to them. You're the one giving the story.
But
so how was it? Were you always constantly writing letters? I remember back in my high school, people would write so many letters. Barua zilikuwa zinaandikwa mingi. Si wewe ukikosa kupata.
It was not
Everybody
good.
is laughing at you. So was it the same way in your high school?
Well, for me, I wasn't writing a lot. We had experts who used to write. We had experts who had the calligraphy and blah, blah, blah. So if you wanted a letter, you would take it to him so that he can write. Yeah, so it was, I can't remember. Maybe I would just give them whatever I want. But yeah, so you would give someone your letter, they write the letter, and then dedication songs and some perfume.
Wow. The things people do for love.
Letters.
The things do for love. The things people do for love. So mkamaliza, you finish high school. Now
Yes, we finished high school. Then After that, I went home and I started doing I started getting involved in other social things.
Okay.
Like we started an acting group. We started acting. So I found myself in positions of taking responsibility and less time to have fun. And yeah, so yeah, we would be in atmospheres where there are women, there are many people, but then you find that you're supposed to be organizing for something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I spent like 3 years even without being interested in someone. I can't remember
Nice.
being
Interesting. So for around after high school, for around 3 years,
Yeah,
you
because
were
it
not
was
in
just
any relationship.
acting, and then I was also active in our church, so we have church projects. Yeah, so I remember I took some time until I went to college now.
Okay.
So when I went to college, there was this girl. She was beautiful.
Hadi anafanya upige nduru. You went to college.
Now you
Okay.
remember you're coming from high school.
Yes. Yes.
Not so much freedom, home, not so much exposure. Then you go to college. You have people from all over. Yeah, so you find there.
Wanaitwa mali safi.
Yes. From all over the country. So and then it's interesting because we were starting to get to know each other, blah blah blah. Then I realized she's not a Christian. Yes, and I was a Christian, and I was already in the Christian Union. Hey, that was kind of tricky. And maybe she noticed too, maybe. And then she was like, see you guys, no fun, no drinking, no what. So that was the end of the love story.
Kwisha. And she was pretty.
Yes, so it was heartbreak.
Pole sana, bro. So that was the end of your relationship. That is in college now.
No, that was, it was the first term of the first year in college.
Okay.
So then I was like, why don't I just get involved in other things? And everyone has women, in college now, people are exploring.
Yes.
And I was like, why don't maybe I should focus with just the studies and the Christian Union. I was very active in the Christian Union.
Wow.
And we used to do missions. We were just busy all the time. So I said, we'll dedicate this time to studies and in the missions. And that's how I did my entire college without getting into a relationship.
Interesting.
Yes.
Oh, and you finished college.
Yes.
So at what point did you start talking about love now with a Christian perspective?
Yes, very important. In college now. When I was in college, there was this ministry. It's called Regions Beyond Ministry. They do those high school, college ministries. And then they came to our school, our college, and I introduced myself to them and I got to know them. And then I went to their library. And for the first time, I saw a book, a Christian book talking about love.
Wow.
Yes. And then I saw a book talking about sex.
Oh.
And it's a Christian book. I was shocked. And then I was like, this is what I've been looking for. Yeah, like Christians can talk about these things.
And it should be okay.
Yes. So I was like, I can't forget those books. Christensen, Dr. Allenda, those people, they have written awesome books.
Deep books.
Yes, talking about love, sex, how to raise children. I had never seen that. I just knew salvation is just getting born again and preaching salvation until you die,
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Yeah. So I started getting interested, and I joined they have a college, a Bible college. So I joined them, and in class we would be taught such things. And I was like, this is so practical. It's life.
Wow.
Yes. Everyone falls in love, whether you're a Christian or not. You have families. So, but then for a long time, especially my background, we had never even mentioning the word sex was a sin.
It was a taboo.
Yes,
a taboo.
it was taboo. If you mention,
If you mention sex,
just mentioning.
do you take part in it? Utaulizwa kama you take part in it.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was like some kind of freedom. I just realized this is life, and we can face it even as Christians.
Yes. Nice. At that point, I want us to take a short break, but we'll be back now to break down on what love really is, what love means to you. Yes. Now that you discovered there is a perspective of love that we can explore as Christians, as a man of God, and you started interacting with books like that. So I want you to give us like a clear definition of what love should be, as far as Christians are concerned, and also what heartbreaks mean to you. But for now, allow us to take a break. So we are going on a commercial break, but we'll be back after the break. So stay put, don't touch the dial. This is Safari.
Kwa magonjwa sugu, kutumia dawa thabiti za Johnson Herbal Clinic, asili ya afya. Pata dawa ya Mama Afya inayotibu magonjwa ya uzazi, kukosa uwezo wa kuzaa, fibroids, uvimbe wa ovary, kufungika kwa mishipa na usawazishaji wa homoni. Libidoctor ni dawa maalum ya kuongeza hamu almaarufu libido, kuongeza nguvu za kiume na idadi ya manii na kuboresha mtiririko wa damu mwilini. Pata dawa maarufu ya STD Care kwa magonjwa kama kisonono, maambukizi ya ngozi na sehemu za siri, kaswende na UTI. Jipatie dawa thabiti ya Joint Master kwa magonjwa ya viungo kama arthritis na gout. Dawa ya Ulcers Special inaponya magonjwa ya tumbo, kusafisha bakteria ya H. pylori, kuzuia kiungulia, gastritis, usagaji wa chakula almaarufu indigestion na kurejesha seli mwilini. Tummy Flusher ni maalum kwa kupunguza tumbo na utambi kwa wanawake. Tooth Smile Herbal ni dawa ya meno inayosafisha pumzi na kuleta weupe na haswa kwa ufizi unaovunja damu. Pata huduma zetu kupitia nambari ya simu 0719777000 kwa ushauri nasaha au kuletewa dawa zetu popote nchini. Johnson Herbal Clinic, asili ya afya.
Welcome back to Safari Ya Mapenzi with me, Isaac Perek. And yes, we are continuing our conversation here with the one and only Mlash Mlango, and he's giving us a breakdown on what love is and what heartbreaks are. So Mlash, tulikuwa tumeachia pale pa
What
sex.
is-
Sex being a taboo in our homes. But let's go back to now the discussion, which is love. Love, what is love to you? What is the definition of love to you?
Yeah, love is God's quality of existence.
Wow.
Yes, that means it is the consistent atmosphere that one produces. For example, people are different, and when I come into the room, there is an energy that I give, or there is a kind of a person. Maybe I'm a joyful person. Maybe if I get into an environment, I bring chaos.
I know.
Yeah, people are different, but now how we can describe God, the kind of energy he produces is what we call love. And it is described in the extensively in the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, where we say love is this, love is this. Yeah, so it is the quality of God's existence.
Wow. So that is what love is.
Yes.
So in the general population currently, love has so many definitions. Jana, I saw a friend on
Yeah.
Facebook celebrating 20 years of not having sex.
Hey!
And he had a cake, as in alikuwa nakata keki. Ana celebrate 20 years of not having sex. And someone in the comment, ungeenda tu kwa comment section, zile matusi huyo jamaa alipata. There is a lady who called him Fuda, someone alitusiwa. It was like, it is unheard of that someone can celebrate 20 years of not having sex. And of course the stereotype was, yes, you have not had sex maybe with ladies or currently kuna LGBTQ or any kind of sex, but you have masturbated. People are like, but you masturbate. And he's like, no, I don't do that. I have never interacted with masturbation and all that. So we have a very funny perspective on the definition of what love is. So, and there are so many things that are happening around. So, sahi hata love imekuwa ni kama ni sex.
Yes.
So what would you give us, like the do's and don'ts? What are the do's and don'ts? Just give us, elaborate what love should be in this present generation, the godly perspective of what love is.
Yeah, I would say love is God's quality of existence, and that means, God is all round. It's like this circle, something.
Yes.
And people just see, if you're standing here, you will see a side of it, a dimension of it. So actually, sex is also an aspect of love.
Aye, hallelujah. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus, we thank God.
Yeah, so it is not love, but it is an aspect of love. And so people tend to describe love as, because in God there is the part of kindness, there's also the other part of judgment, righteousness, or that that kingly aspect.
Yes.
Whereabout now he is the Lord. It is still within love, but different aspects. And people now, it is when people just use one aspect to define love,
Yes.
that's where they go wrong. And now, so in the world, most people define love with sex.
Okay.
So actually, if it is so bad that if you ask a girl out or maybe for a date, they will think you want to have sex with them. They do not have the other, like, all-round picture of. Yeah, that's how bad it is.
Wow. So, what should be the correct way to see love? That when a boy meets a girl, they should know this is a clear direction that we should take as far as love is concerned. Now that people see various dimensions and various aspects of love, what would be the appropriate way to address love? Tuseme nimepatana na dem. How should we go about it? I have seen a girl, I have liked her, and we want to do it right. We want to love right. How should we go about it?
Yeah, that's very important. we should be purpose driven in every aspect, and I think that thing has helped me in as a person and many other people. We should be purpose, because on my way here, I met several ladies and I liked them. You know, you will like ladies and the ladies will like men. But then you have to know, what do I want? If I am going to, if I am interested in this, how far can we go? What kind of friendship, what kind of relationship can we have? Yeah, it's not every lady. So when you have that fundamental sense of purpose, then it defines a lot of things that you do. Yes.
So, number one of the things that the right, a right kind of relationships would have is purpose.
Yes.
So, any kind of relationship, number one, we should have a purpose, a goal. We should not marry for fun or for sex.
Yes, of course. Yeah, there should be purpose. Yeah, there should be purpose to it, because it's not really about. Yeah, there is a lot of course. If it's marriage, there is a lot of sex involved. It's a big aspect. So you have to, and yeah, but then you find that if it is the only thing, then there will be problems. That's why you see, why is he cheating? And the wife is pretty, the wife is good looking, is the best of the best, but he's cheating because it's not just about that fun that they are having. It's not just about the sex. There is something else. So there has to be a deep connection that is purpose driven. So purpose is the bottom line. You have to have a purpose in life. And when you are purpose driven, it even contributes to the kind of people you like. Yes, you will realize that you're not just liking everyone.
Yes.
You're like, oh, not that one, not that one. Because there's an inner drive. You know, there's something that is driving you so much that you know, that one is for me, that one is not for me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more inward.
Nice. I would want to interact with the audience kidogo. I can see some comments dropping in from a lady by the name Joy Dashine.
Okay.
Joy Dashine anasema, anacheka, anasema aki grade 1. How can you love at grade 1? That is Joy Dashine. Anashangaa, wewe una fall in love at grade 1. Yeah, maybe sijui kama alikuwa anajua what love is. And then Joy Dashine comes back and says, Mawia kuja hapa, mwambie aseme Mawia ni nani? Watu wanataka useme Mawia ni nani? Alafu we have Joseph Hinga says, I am in. So keep the comments coming even as we continue with the show. Interact with us in the comment section. Tell us where you're watching us from, even as we continue with the program. But for now, Mlash, ningependa kukuuliza swali flani. As much as sex shouldn't define what love is, utapata so many of us are still struggling with that. When people enter in relationship, they struggle with the sex stuff. So how can people be able to live right? How can people be able to even as they date, avoid sex in the dating?
Oh, yeah. Number one is you should know. I told you, I mentioned that when I joined the Bible college, I started interacting with material that was discussing sex issues in a Christian perspective or godly perspective.
Yes.
And this is not just even a religious thing. It is also proven even in other facets of of life. First of all, you need to understand what sex is. And sex is a window that people open to get to know each other intimately. That's why actually in the Bible, the word used for sex is knowing. And Adam knew. And Adam knew his wife. And so knew. And so it is like it is an encounter. It's like an encounter between two people.
An experience.
Yes, an worship experience.
Oh my, what
It's
is
an experience that is supposed to expose two souls together, that to enable them be knit together. It's a path that people use to knit together. And this level of knitting can only apply for in a marriage setting. It's not just random. You don't just want to meet someone, you knit together. You're connected, and then you go on to another person, you knit together. No, it doesn't work like that, because it's about two souls
coming
together. Yeah. So that's why it happens in the context of marriage. So if you understand that, then you will have, if it becomes something natural knowledge inside of you, then in a way it helps you. If it helps you that even when you're in a relationship, you're like, tumefika huko, are we there yet?
Yes.
Yeah. So if we are dating and we are still trying to determine, are we meant to be, then it's not advisable to knit. Yes, because you're not yet there.
Nice. So marriage should be like the door to now knitting together.
Yes.
Because it's okay. Explain that it's two souls coming together.
Yes.
It becomes a bit more serious.
Yes.
Because people can tend to take it for granted that it's just an interaction. But when you put it like it's an experience, it's a knitting together, it becomes something more serious and more intimate. And I think it shouldn't be taken for granted.
Yeah, and actually it is also a point of no return. It's like, yes, you're putting a stamp. It's like you're stamping something. Yeah, so it's not something you do and you want to change your mind. It is something you do after you've completely concluded that this is the one. But then I also find people justifying, like, I know we are going to get married after all, we can still have sex and all that. But then if you want to have sex with someone, there are also other social, traditional, and religious processes that you're supposed to involve. Yeah, because you don't just, marriage is not just between two people.
Yes.
They say, love is between two. Yeah, love is between two people. That I agree on that. But marriage is not between two people. It involves other people. It involves first the parents.
Wow.
The parents are involved. The people around your life, they are involved. Hatutaki kupata ati Barack kona manzi umeoa. Hatujui umeoa ama hujaoa. You know those situations.
The family setup should be aware.
Yes, we should know what's going on.
There's an incident that happened recently where two partners separated. They're celebrities in Kenya. They are known. I don't want to mention names. So for them, the lady was like, I have always been part of the son's family, and I have always wanted to belong in the family, but the mother-in-law is giving me a hard time, and that's why I am deciding to walk out. What's your take on that?
Yeah, of course, the man should take the blame, because it's the man who's supposed to protect her. Yeah, because it is very clear, and a man shall leave his father and mother and shall cling to his wife.
Wow.
There is the living. You have to live. You have to, and it does not just start when you are immediately after you're married. Even as a man, when you're growing up, there is things you shouldn't be. There are things that your parents should know that now this one is off limits. This is me making this decision. So I think it's unfortunate that that guy may be losing someone who is good just because they are not able to protect. They should tell the mom that now this is my wife.
Yes.
Yes. If there is anything you want to tell her, tell me so that I can Yes, because also parents give us advices and we receive them, but then how do you channel them? Tell me as my parent, then I will tell.
Wow.
Yes, then I will tell her. Yes.
So basically, it should be the Jama, the gentleman should take charge of their house.
Yes.
They should man up and protect.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want us to take a short break, and then we'll come back and maybe discuss a bit of what heartbreak is and what is causing a lot of heartbreaks in our present generation. But for now, interact with us in the comment section. Keep the comments coming. Tell us where you're watching us from. Of course, this is Safari Ya Mapenzi hashtag on every single platform. For now, don't touch this dial. We're going on a break. Welcome back to Safari Ya Mapenzi, and we are breaking down the topic on what heartbreak is. So if you have been heartbroken, this is your time to interact with what heartbreak is. Mlash, hebu ambia watu what heartbreak is, kwa sababu watu hapa nje wamechoka na heartbreak. So what is heartbreak? What is a heartbreak?
Okay.
Hata mimi sielewi heartbreak ni nini. Tell us.
Wacha nianzie jana when nilipostia nini nitakuja, then someone hapo kaniambia utasema nini kuhusu heartbreak na sijai kuona.
Oh my God. Sasa hebu sema.
Ako anajua nilianza kudate grade 1.
Ako anajua. So what is a heartbreak?
Okay, I don't think there is like that one specific, but there is that it is when you have inclined your heart to something and then it fails to happen as you intended. So there is that kind of your heartbreak. There is that kind of detachment, sudden detachment from something that you had already inclined to.
You were used to.
So, and now in the context of relationships, it's obviously you had inclined, ama you had given, nilikuwa nimempea roho yangu yote. Na
akanifanyia ile kitu. There is a lady who actually wrote in the comment section, akasema, does love still exist? I wonder whether it's something which is actually getting discussed. Yani watu wanakaa chini wana discuss what love is. So people have been quite heartbroken.
Yes.
So what are those things that you would maybe tell someone who has been heartbroken that is there hope of love even after a heartbreak?
Yes, of course there is hope. There is hope, but then it will depend on how they adjust. Yeah, but then I would like to say that if you're heartbroken, just take time to love me. People say love me stuff, but then I would call it just discover yourself and begin to build yourself and evolve. You should evolve. If you've been broken, you should evolve, because it means you are in a world where you are attracting that kind of
energy.
Yes. I was talking to one of my friends. Sitaki kupeana examples because watu wananiona na wananijua. But then unaweza pata there's this lady that she's also always dating someone who liars, people who have, maybe she's dating someone who has a family, she's dating someone who is lying about career or has a secret life. There are ladies who have those consistent stories. I was dating this guy, he had a family, had not told me, blah blah blah. I was dating this guy, he was
You told me he's an engineer.
Yes,
He
he's an
actually is not.
engineer. Or he's a sniper, you know. So there are people, if you realize it is a trend, first of all you need to evolve. You need to, and it should be deliberate. Yeah, you should know that I am in this space because this is the problem, and I have to change myself first. Yeah, if you're broken, the first thing is evolve. Yeah, just evolve. Because yesterday, your yesterday can be very different from your today. So much that you attract people that you never thought you would attract. And it is for both genders, both ladies and
gentlemen.
yes. So evolve. If you are heartbroken and it is a trend, just evolve. And even if it's not a trend, you need to evolve. You can't stay there and say, oh, I'm heartbroken. And when another guy comes and you still tell him, niko na heartbreak, siwezi move on, I cannot handle a relationship right now.
There's the aspect of people carrying baggage of the previous relationship to the next relationship. What's your take on that?
Yeah, it's a reality. And it's very natural. Yeah, most likely you're going to carry on the things that you learned, things that you went through, the wounds, the bruises. Most likely you're going to carry them on to the next. That's why evolving is very important, because there is these people that there are this kind of people, they know people are never honest. You know when you get close to someone, that's when you get exposed to their weaknesses.
Yes.
And then you realize people have deep issues. Even these silent, cool looking guys.
Wana mambo.
Yes, you get into their life and you realize there is a lot of mess. Actually,
Oh, my.
Dr. John Allender, he says that marriage is two sinners coming together.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yes. And I was not agreeing with that phrase previously, but then I got to know that whenever you come close to someone, you discover they have weaknesses, my friend. And then they discover you have weaknesses.
Ouch.
And that is very humbling.
And you can't hide from one another.
Yes.
By the time you're marrying each other, huwezi jificha tena.
Yes.
You reveal yourself.
Yes. And so I hope I'll discuss that later, but then if your baggage, you have to know that relationships, you have to know that in a relationship there is the balance. There has to be a balance. Not everyone is cheats. Not everyone is dishonest. Not every lady is disrespectful. Because men wanasema, these ladies.
All ladies.
All ladies.
Love money.
Yes. Not all ladies are like that. Yeah, so you have to have that balance. And then you should simplify it. But then baggage, it's a reality. And you should check yourself, cross-check yourself. Am I expecting something from my partner that is not necessarily a basic need in terms of love? Is he doing, if he's doing well, I don't have to impose other things. Sijui, my ex used to do this. My ex was not like this. Yes.
Wow. Wow. You have sorted some need that people really wanted you to sort as far as heartbreaks are concerned. So first, one should heal and grow up from any kind of heartbreak.
Yes.
And after giving yourself that opportunity, then leave the baggage and enter, be open to enter in a new relationship.
Exactly.
Yes. So what would be like your last take on matters relationship?
Yeah, relationships, first let me say, they should not be complicated. They should be more natural. You realize previously people used to do very well in relationship. People used to get married, raise children, do that. There was not so much drama because I realized there was no pressure from. Right now, I'm here, but I can see what people are doing in Russia. People are running the relationships in the US. So there's a kind of pressure that is coming from all over to people that was not there previously. Whereby I used to grow up in a village and meet this girl, or even be introduced by my parents and get married, raise children, and live a good life. Of course, we think they were not living good life, but they also think we are in a mess. So it should be simple, natural.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mlash. Najua hapa hatuwezi maliza tukianza kuongelea mambo ya mapenzi. It's never enough. I think we should bring you back so that you can give us more insight on what love is.
Yeah.
But for now, I think we have really enjoyed the session with you.
Yes,
and we are really grateful that you joined in today. Wow. So maybe you can say hi to a few people at home, someone who is watching. I can see quite a number of your friends are here. I can see Mike Mutuna is watching, Amos is watching, Joseph is watching. So maybe you can say hi to a few people.
Yes, wachokozi wako hapo tu wanichokoze, but wenye mlikuwa mnafikiria sijai date. Kina mato hapo. Yeah, of course, my parents, moja ako heaven ananiona, my dad, mom ako home. I'm so happy. Leo niko kwa TV, mom. My siblings, what a crazy bunch of very awesome people. What my sisters, Mike, and then my friends, nyinyi kina nyinyi sasa. Yeah, I hope we can discuss more in the future, but I hope it was useful, even if it's to one person.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been an honor. So for everyone watching, thank you so much for watching. Of course, I've gotten to read a few comments. Amos, thank God, saying, more grace, Mlash Mlango. Mike Mutune saying, kumba ulikuwa uende kwa TV. Cha ukweli, kuongelea hii mambo. Thank you so much, everyone who has interacted with us in the comment section. And also, Pastor Map, thank you so much for also watching. Pastor Map amekuambia that umefunguliwa mlango ya kuongelea mapenzi. So thank you so much, everyone. See you next week here on Safari ya Mapenzi, of course, at CMTV_Kenya on every single platform. Those are our social media platforms. And also make sure you drop questions and suggestions on what we can do to make our show better. For now, adios and God bless.